Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Monday Q&A call on the speakerfocus.com platform. I am CEO Kevin T. Robertson here with the one and only Mr. Auston Troyer and the rest of the team at speakerfocus.com, here to bring it to you live and direct, like only we know how, to answer any and all questions pertaining to growing your speaker brand and getting you into the marketplace so you can thrive like never before. My statements today are going to be very, very simple, but I want you to hear me and understand all this journey of building your speaker brand, getting the right kind of phraseology and messaging to the marketplace so that you can make a connection with the person that actually controls the budget. See, I don't care what it is that you're thinking about. It's not about what you think, it's about what the meeting planner who hires you to speak. Our main goal on this platform is to teach you how to build what I call a sellable and bookable brand. Excuse me. And you want to achieve a brand with staying power. So how do you achieve staying power in this industry? Before you can make a connection with the meeting planner and have some level of success, especially at a high rate, first, you got to make sure you have the right kind of phraseology and messaging. This is the kind of stuff that I run into every single day. It is a staggering problem that we have in our industry. The people that really care about servicing people at the highest level possible, there are many speakers in this industry, even though they're subject matter experts in their niche or field, they don't have a clue about how to present the right kind of phraseology and messaging. It's something that many speakers struggle with. I struggle with it very early on in my career because it's a mindset shift. To serve and to deliver value at a high level so someone else can achieve the slight edge advantage. You got to be thinking about them, how you can advance them. It's not about you. It's not about being self-promoting. Proper phraseology and messaging is paramount. That's going to lay the foundation. If you can't get that part right, don't even think about making any money in this industry. I don't care what these other fake ass speaker coaches are telling you, what other kind of systems that you're listening to. You listen to me because I have hard data and experience to back it up, what I'm telling you to do. Everybody else is telling you what to do. We're instructing you how to do it and have the experience to back it up. And then on top of that, telling you why you should be doing it. There's a reason why I'm talking. There's a reason why I'm speaking. There's a reason why I'm coaching. There's a reason why I want you to get up off your ass and create the right kind of phraseology and messaging. It is at the top of the list of concerns that every speaker should have that I deal with every single day. Most business professionals don't even realize that they have the problem. But 90% of the people I talk to, prospects with 10 to 30 plus years worth of professional experience, 90% of them are horrible copywriters. That is a big problem. That means that 90% of the business professionals in the marketplace, they don't know how to create phraseology and messaging to connect with the meeting planner who controls the budget. I'd say that's a huge problem. So we help you fix it with the signature program template. Next is going to be creating sales tools that are meeting planner friendly and leadership centric. Now, I don't know how else to say this, but I'm going to say it the KTR way. Some of you are so full of shit where you're in your own way and you just want to do shit your way. I keep telling you that it's not about what you want. It's about how to help the meeting planner solve a problem. And if your website can't make a connection with them in 10 seconds, you're finished. They should be able to see your speaker video demo. They need to see your mainstay headline, your logo, everything right there. What your brand is all about right there in their face. Scroll down a little bit more, boom, they can click on your speaker info kit. Answers every question about your professional speaking deliverables without you having to tell them one word. We want you earning more and speaking less. Listen to what I'm saying. Get the right kind of phraseology together, get the right kind of sales tool. That's going to help substantiate and justify your value as a high fee speaker. Another big challenge that I run into every single day People are mortified when they talk to me and I start sharing the facts with them about how this business really, really works. They're like, oh my God, KTR, I didn't realize that. Yeah, you didn't realize a lot of shit because you are selfish, just like I was when I first started. You only care about motivating and inspiring. You just want to do the shit that make people feel good. You need to start doing the stuff that provides service at the highest level possible, and also making sure that your messaging is making a connection, that your sales tools do all the talking for you. This helps tremendously in the pre-selling of your professional speaking deliverables. If you're not thinking like this, you're not focusing on earning the revenue. The money's there. Don't worry about the money. You need to be worrying about providing service and solving a problem. You do that by way of your 4 signature programs and your sales tools: meeting planner, friendly, leadership centric. I'm gonna get that shit on a t-shirt when I get the new store up in the new year. I got all of this all this unique phraseology I use. Yes, I'm going to be turning that into a t-shirt. Now, because another big problem, see, it's steps, it's levels to this shit. If you do it the right way, as we are instructing you to, there's a reason why we start with building the proper messaging. There's a reason why you need to have the sales tool set up a certain way. It's a reason why you should be requesting the right kind of fees. Sadly, most speakers, and as much as I hear people talk shit every day, oh, I know what my value is, I know what I'm worth. You don't know shit. Because you don't know your value unless you get your messaging, your phraseology, and your sales tools on point. That demonstrates to the meeting planner. Forget about what you think you're worth. It's about what the meeting planner is willing to pay. I want the $50,000 for the hour keynote, so therefore I have to look the part. I need to put the sales tools in the meeting planner's face the way they want to see it, making it easy for the chair, board, committee members to hire me to speak. Remember, teach them how to give you money and make it easy for them to work with you. If you do the opposite of what we're telling you to do on this platform, you are making it difficult for them to hire you to speak. Why in the hell would you want to do that? But some of you are so hard-headed. See, this goes for students and non-students. Some of you are still getting in your own way and you're hard-headed. You're not really listening. You just keep doing the same shit that you want to do and you keep getting the same result. Now, when you get tired of that, by the way, like I did for the first 7 years of my career, I was just worn out. I got tired of doing it the wrong way. I'm teaching you to do it the right way. Because my God, am I pulling the pages out of my own playbook right now? And that's the reason why I show up on the Monday call extra spicy, coming at you real strong, because I can remember when I was a dumbass. And the same kind of clownery that I see in the market space right now that these other speaker coaching programs are not talking about because they don't have the fucking balls or guts enough to address it because they're so scared to lose business. I'm telling you right now, you listen to me, you're going to be in the race for the higher fees. You want to scale up past 150, 250, 500,000 plus, 6 or 7 figures? It's possible, but you got to put it together the right way. The rewards are there for those who want to build it the right way. So why do so many speakers still don't know what to charge? I had a lady tell me today she charged $300 to speak for an hour. Lady, I'm not talking about getting paid like a high fee consultant. I'm talking about getting paid like a high fee speaker. High fee speaker starts at $5,000 USD. But some of you still don't believe that you're worth it. You know why? Because you hadn't built your messaging and you haven't built the sales tools yet. You're not doing the work. That's why in your mind you're thinking, damn, now those doubts are starting to creep in. You want to remove the doubt? You want to remove all the fear, take away the anxiety, build the right kind of messaging and phraseology, and then get your sales tools together. That's how you substantiate and justify your value as a high fee speaker. You want to have some leverage? Listen to me. You want to have the advantage? Listen to me from my painful mistakes that I've made in this industry. Because the meeting planner that books the speakers at the $5,000+ level, they will not out negotiate your ass if you don't know how to have the proper pricing conversation. Yes, they are good at it. The meeting planner is skilled at managing line items. Are you? Do you even understand what a line item is? You are a line item as a speaker on a budget, and they have to deal with you. One of the main expenses that they have to pay for is the venue, the banquet and catering staff, anything that has to do with logistics. And right there in the top 5 that they got to deal with is how can I secure my talent with the speakers? You can't be playing around with that. You gotta understand when the speaker is available. You gotta understand if the date is available on their calendar. Because if they're not available, you gotta go down the line. And then you gotta see if we got a budget. Can we afford that speaker? If you want to have the best event possible, you want to hire the best. That's why you gotta contract a keynote speaker like me that's $50,000 USD. You know why? Because I'm worth it. I don't have to tell you how great I am. All you got to do is go to kevintrobertson.com. Can I visit your website and do the same? Can I see the value? See, I don't have to tell you how great of a keynote speaker I am. But 52nd Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives, Nancy Pelosi, says what kind of great leadership speaker KTR is. Multi-billionaire Kevin Plank, CEO of Under Armour, says what kind of leadership speaker KTR is. And the list goes on and on and on. Get out of your way. It's not up. You forget about what you think about yourself. What is everybody else saying about you? And that's what you should be putting inside your speaker info kit, substantiating the value. Rafa, Brian, and Lisa Almond Baldwin, I see your hand up. I got to get this out. This is a mindset. And there's so many people in the marketplace that do not understand this mindset. This is a mindset of a high-fee speaker. Mindset of a low-fee speaker is doing all that. They're playing games. Everybody's trying to out-motivate each other on YouTube. That's bullshit. That's fluffery. That era of speakers over. I keep telling you that. Yet and still, I still see a lot of you have not. You think I don't visit your social media profiles? You still got motivational speaker because the drop-down menu in Instagram will only give you that option. It says motivational speaker. That doesn't mean you need to choose that. You could put education in there. You could put entrepreneur in there. Keep putting motivational speaker in the tagline to everything you're doing and watch what kind of business is attracted to you. Some of you are hard-headed, you're still not listening. That's okay. It's like having kids. You got to tell them shit 1,000 times. And then maybe on the 1,001 time, they get it. I'm here every single Monday. I ain't got shit else better to do than to serve you at the highest level possible. Messaging, phraseology, sales tools, meeting planner friendly, leadership centric. Know how to have the proper pricing conversation or you're going to get out negotiated because the meeting planner is actually better at it than you. Not if you understand how to have leverage and you can hold your ground, then they will go find your money. There's a mechanism inside their brain that says, I can't be playing games with him because he knows exactly what he's doing. Yeah, you're not going to out negotiate me. See, I've had it happen to me thousands of times. And some of you are complaining over getting shut down a couple of times. Do you get fucking real with me here? Thousands of repetitions and hard data. That's why I talk to you this way with this level of respect. This is tough love and accountability at its best. I love you and care about you. That's why I want you to know. A lot of you still playing games. You're still not updating your LinkedIn profile so it looks as professional as possible. Next is you're still not posting videos on your social media. This is the one area, my God, do I have a story to tell you. This is the one area where you can control the narrative. You want the meeting planner to look at you in the best light possible. Again, what are they going to find when they do a Google search on your name? Are they going to see your official website there? Are they going to see your LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook? It goes on and on and on. Any article that's written on you, you can control that narrative. That's a piece of premium real estate space. And many of you will still not pick up your phone and post 5 to 10 times a week and pushing out content at scale. You can't get enough content in this system. Oh, I don't feel like it. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't know how to do it. Bullshit. You can send in a support ticket. You want a free lesson on how to manage social media? Go to my social media right now and look at the way I post and how I post. I call it feeding the machine. Are you feeding your sales funnel? Oh, I'm sorry. You're dragging your ass getting the module number 5. So you aren't feeding shit. And that's why you aren't posting because you don't have a sales funnel built. I post content to feed the machine. You know why? Because I actually care about what people click on when they go to my social media. You know what I'm doing? I'm leaving little breadcrumbs behind. I'm leaving golden nuggets. I'm educating. I'm teaching. I'm transferring knowledge. Are you doing the same through your social media? You, all of you should be giving away more free information than any other person in your niche. If you're not, I don't know what the hell you're thinking about. Giving away free information, 1 minute to 10-minute videos, posting LinkedIn articles. It's not hard. You just got to get up off your ass and do it. KTR, I don't have the time. Bullshit. I don't want to hear that. Wake your ass up early on a Saturday or Sunday and post content for the whole week and let it drip out. It's so many ways to do it. See, you're using excuses. You're saying I'm doing too much. You're not doing enough. Speaker coaches and speaker friends from the past, they are constantly in my inbox with some stupid ass questions. KTR, I don't understand why you're doing it. You don't understand because you don't run a multi-million-dollar sales funnel. You're not in the money race. I don't understand why you're doing it. Well, guess what? I don't understand why I don't see you at the bank. We're not having that conversation. Now let's move on. Next, sales funnel management. It takes a lot of years to develop a mastery over sales cycle from contact to close. It takes a lot of years to develop a level of expertise like Auston has learned. From 12 years old, he started his first tech company. He's only 27. That's a lot of years. And in the last 6 to 10 in specific, he's been a part of this world in the ecosystem. And thank God for him, because people like him with that level of skill set, somebody got somebody like Auston on their team. Anybody that's doing it at a high level, they all understand what Auston understands. And you know what I've seen just being around him, having the honor and privilege to be his co-founder of speakerfocus.com and his business partner and his family and his brother. You know what I've seen? When I first met Auston, there wasn't a lot of people in the system that understood it at the level that he understands it right now. But man, is it a lot of people that understands it on the level that he understands it. What you got to understand is the less you know about sales funnels, the less you know about digital marketing, the less you know about lead generation, the less you know about setting up a cold email outreach campaign through GMass and setting up a subdomain so you can have high open rates and you don't have all your campaign going to the spam folder. The less you know about that killer strategy that Auston has through LinkedIn, the less you know about all this shit, whether or not it's paid outreach, or whether or not it's paid distribution or free distribution. The less you know, the more you're going to suffer. I want you to let that sink in for a second. I don't care what phase you are in this coaching program. The less you know, the more you're going to suffer. Let me paint a picture for you real quick. When it comes to social media management and how important all this stuff is to be pushing out this content to feed the machine. Because I had one of my clients over the weekend, one of my clients gave me a referral. I was out of town. This was just this past Saturday, literally. So they called me up. They said, KTR, you came highly referred for the coaching program. I started talking to the lady about coaching and speaking, and she's never heard anybody phrase and never heard anybody talk that raw about how you set up your speaker business. She said, my God, and this lady is in my age group. And she just said, I've taken all these coaching programs and they never told me any of this stuff. Why don't I know this? I said, listen, I don't know why. All I'm telling you is what I know. I'm telling you that I have hard data, and I'm telling you, a hard head make a soft ass, because I had to learn this the hard way. Now, let's get into the gold of what I want to share with you today, and I'll be right with you on the questions. I got to share this with you, because had I not spent the better part of this year designing my sales tools, spending time with Auston to get my website up and running, and making sure everything was on there so I could feed my speaker sales funnel, and I made sure that I was posting the right content through social media, then I wouldn't be ready for this opportunity. So anyway, lady gives me a call. She says, hey, KTR, you came highly recommended about speaker coaching. And, hey, I want to get out there in the speaking industry more. I just don't know everything. They told me they were great at this. And then, I did an assessment with them. I did some listening like I always do. And then boom, I just, gave them my presentation. They said, it's amazing. Okay. I'm not quite ready for that right now because I got a lot on my plate. She said, but what you said to me about, she said, what was that word you used? It began with a P. You talked about messaging. I wrote it down, but I didn't write the other word down. I said, oh, phraseology. She said, phraseology. She said, I have a round table, and I want you to speak on my main stage coming up in February. I have a group of women business owners. All of them are netting $2 million plus. It's about 120 women that are heavyweights in the South Carolina area. She said, forget about the coaching program right now. I want to hire you as a speaker. I want you to come in to be the keynote speaker so you can deliver messaging about how phraseology can elevate your brand on a whole nother plateau. I said, of course I'd be interested. So what kind of conversation did I start having with her? I was delighted to have a conversation with her when I gave her my fee schedule. And while she was on the phone with me, and this is what you need to hear, while she was on the phone with me, she said, well, KTR, tell me about your speaking. Tell me what you speak about. I clearly understand you're good at branding and marketing. Tell me what you speak about. I said, you can pull up my website and that'll answer all the questions that you may have. Oh, great. That's wonderful. By the way, this lady is used to booking high fee speakers, so she already understands. I'm not going to let them pepper me with a bunch of questions. I don't need to defend myself. All you need to do is go to kevintrobertson.com. Now, when she started clicking in 10 seconds, oh my God, Kevin, pictures are rotating. She clearly sees leadership strategies and magnify success. She dropped right down and look at my speaker video demo. Oh, this is exactly what the board needs to see. Exactly what she said. Let me back up. She said, this is exactly what my board needs to see. I'm not making this shit up. I live in the real world, real meeting planners, real decision makers with real budgets. This is exactly what my board needs to see. Oh, I said, okay, well, you can look at the speaker video demo, obviously, when we get off the phone, because I don't want to let the audio mess up our conversation. And she said, yo, you're right. She was getting ready to click on and start looking at the shit right there. I said, well, slow down. I said, but what you can look at right now, click right under the speaker video demo, click on speaker info kit. Boom, she opens it up. This is the first word she said. She hit the cover page. She went to the bio. She clicked on. She said, oh my God. She said, you're exactly what we've been looking for. We need somebody with this level of experience. She said, Kevin, this is very impressive. By the way, she was only on page 4 when she said it was impressive. My speaker info kit's 26 pages long. Oh, KTR, you're doing too much. I don't understand why your speaker info kit's so long. Mine is only 7 pages. Well, guess what? Maybe you need to go get some more content. Listen to what I'm saying and beef it up a little bit more. Oh, I'm sorry. Put some more value in it. You want more money? Put more value in it. And have your outreach documents together. Now, this is the last thing, and I'm going to get into the questions. Because I literally walked you through what we're teaching you and what I just did with the person who wants to hire me to speak in front of their multimillionaire roundtable discussion in South Carolina. Oh, by the way, she already texted me back today and said they got another board meeting because they had one yesterday. They got another board meeting on December the 1st. See, engagement. When the client is engaged with you, when you sent them everything that they requested, it makes it easy to hire them to speak. So then I sent her over the booking information packet. Has everything in there to hire me logistically from top to bottom. Not quite ready to send over the speaker pre-program questionnaire because they haven't given me the final green light. But right now they're giving me all the call signs. Watch this. They have a date, they have a venue, and they talk about budget. Oh, Kevin, yes, Kevin, I need that. Send me the budget over because I'm going to talk to my committee about it. She said, Kevin, one question. She said, I understand those are your corporate fees because I went to 50, 75, and 100. Hour, half day, full day program. She said, and I asked her, I said, are you a nonprofit 501c3? She said, yes, we are. I said, I can extend you a discount if you're a nonprofit. I said, if you pay it in full, I can extend you an additional discount in the neighborhood of $25,000 just for an hour. I'm not playing with these people when it comes to my budget. You shouldn't be playing with people when it comes to your money. But if you don't do everything I'm telling you to do, you don't get the prize. This shit is like eating a box of Cracker Jacks when you got a prize. Remember you were a kid and you can get the little fake ass ring at the bottom or pull out the prize. You can't get the prize unless you're doing everything I'm telling you to do. I'm passionate and I'm excited about this industry because I love it. I'm not telling you this so I could sound cool. I'm telling you this because this shit works. Now you either want to do the work and you want to be in the running for the money, or you want to keep sitting on the sidelines in fear, procrastinating and overanalyzing shit like a lot of you keep on doing, but that's okay. Maybe one of these Monday Q&As, the shit is all going to sink in. Maybe Jesus himself is going to come down, tap you on the shoulder and say, the pandemic's over. You can operate now. We've been operating every single day, pandemic or no pandemic. Rafa Escobar, You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. How can I help you, sir?
I think Jesus just tapped my shoulder, bro.
Somebody need to tap somebody on the shoulder and wake everybody up, because this business is getting bigger. The venues are getting better, and the pool of money is flowing like I've never seen it before, Rafa. I cannot wait to go on tour in 2023. I can't wait.
All right. Well, hey, Kev, thank you so much for sharing everything that you did. I do have a question for you.
Yes, sir. Talk to me.
So tomorrow, I actually have a follow-up with a call and a strategy session that I had about a week and a half ago.
Stop.
And yeah.
Whoa. Are you saying that your outreach is starting to work?
Yes, it is.
Oh, the first kernel just popped in the bag of microwave popcorn. Rafa, I'm all ears, brother. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. So this guy, it's interesting how you brought up that last scenario with the person that you had that reached out to you, because he reached out to me via LinkedIn. And this gentleman, he's a corporate event. He's a meeting event planner, and he runs conferences, and he does them about 2 times a year. And he reached out to me because he went on a weight loss journey himself. So he lost about 175 pounds. He's got this board of like 5 different CEOs that he does this with. And he reached out to me and said, hey, listen, I'm very impressed with what you have going on. I looked at your LinkedIn profile and I want to get on your calendar. And I said, okay. So he got onto the calendar.
I'm sorry, Rafa. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Time. Back up.
Yeah.
He looked at your LinkedIn profile. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't you upgrade your LinkedIn profile after joining this coaching program?
Yeah, I went straight on to yours and did exactly what you did and what Austin told me to do.
I'm sorry, Rafa, I don't mean to interrupt. Sometimes my hearing is bad, and I just need to make sure that I heard that the right way. They're clicking on every available link to see if you're legitimate. Go ahead, Rafa, continue. It sounded good, brother.
Right. And you know, when he said he was impressed, it wasn't like necessarily a thing that hit me. It did feel really good, but it was like, damn, that hard work paid off. It was kind of like a relief off my back. And I knew it was because of all the hard work and the messaging. It was because of all the steps taken prior. So when I got there, it was pretty incredible. So we got onto the strategy session, and as I'm talking with him, he was, I saw nothing but fright and fear in his face. He's just like, oh man, I'm talking to you. And as we're exchanging words, I go into the strategy session script. I'm speaking with him, and as I'm speaking with him, I'm talking to him, and I'm like, hey man, so I'd like to ask you a couple questions. First, I connected on a personal level, right? Just tell me a little bit about yourself. And then after that, I went into asking the questions, and I followed the spin model based off of what you told us to read. So I went into just asking him, his situation, a little bit of his problems. The 2 last pieces I couldn't connect on, which I'll need a little practice with, will be the investigation and really presenting the value and the needs payoff part. But anyhow, we got through it, and at the end of the call, I asked him. I said, hey, listen, based off of the strategies that I shared with him, which, by the way, the strategies that I shared with him were based off of the acronym that I developed in the preparation for the speaker showcase, which I used your speaker video demo as my demo to prepare off of for that event. So all those steps kind of came full circle in that moment. And so I gave him the strategies, and I said, based off of, what I've presented, do you feel like this would have value for you? And he said, yeah, that absolutely. And I said, this is what I would like to do with you. I'd like to follow up with, an email in it. And I went into explaining what he would find in it. And he said, okay, great. And I said, will this Wednesday or Thursday at 10 a.m. work for you? And he went on to say, oh, you know what? This week is a little packed. So next Monday. Long story short, now we're at the point where that following Monday was last Monday. We rescheduled for tomorrow. So as I go into the follow-up call, he's been responsive via email, which is all good signs. He opened a couple of emails along the way. So now I've read the script for the follow-up, but I would love to hear any sort of tips or, I love what you said about the 5013C, but I'm not too familiar with that and the pricing. And I know I'm going to enter probably some level of negotiation. So I'd love to hear what you have to say based off of where I'm at.
I'm proud of you, Rafa. Give me a second, all right?
Yeah, you got it, man. Take your time.
See, this kind of struggle is why we're in this business. Because this man struggled with his messaging. He was in his own way. Rafa's been no holds barred, no shame in his game. He showed up on countless Q&As. This man put it on record that I'm struggling. I'm in my own way. Has dealt with multiple adversities like we all have. And he started doing outreach, and now it's starting to pay off. How do you know that the phraseology and the messaging that you use, Rafa, is correct? Because people are starting to respond to it. The guy is returning your messages. Even though he had to reschedule with you, he's responsive. That's a great sign. I'm not going to tell you to change anything, because at this stage in the game, you've had enough coaching. And the reason why I had to put my head down, I had to keep my shit wired tight, is because you did it the right way. You found a way to communicate with that prospect without me having to big brother you. You did it, bro. That was textbook. The way you just walked me through that whole process. See, I had my head down because I was listening. I don't have anything to tell you. I don't have anything else I don't have any other suggestions to tell you. That was amazing. Stick to the script and go with the follow-up, and then get the data and then share that with me. And Rafa, that's the process every single time. See, you had to learn what that feels like. That's what a real prospect feels like. Now, whether or not you're going to close them or not, that's not the point. But now what we got to do is ramp up your outreach so that you have more people to talk to like that every single day or every week. And now you win by attrition. You talk to 10 to 20 meeting planners like that. Excuse me. All you got to do is close one. That's adding an additional $5,000 worth of revenue to your business model every single week. That's an additional $20K. Some of you, if you make half of that, it'll change your life. But you actually have that. See, you had something that your services was something that he was interested in, and you made a connection with him. See, every company is not healthy right now. A lot of them aren't physically healthy. They don't have healthy employees. We're not healthy spiritually, mentally. I mean, we're all messed up, Rafa. Now you come in with all your great signature programs, helping people develop a more healthy workplace culture. Outstanding, brother. I couldn't be more proud of you right now.
I appreciate you, Kev. And let me tell you something here is that,
yeah,
this shit has been a ride, bro. It has been a ride. And, this last, I'll be 100% honest with you, ever since the speaker showcase, I came back and you said it would change us for those of us who attended, and it felt nothing short of it. Not only in the way that I perceived myself, but perceived my life. I feel like it gave me a new beginning, and I did not see that coming. And it came with a wave of emotions. And on top of that came the family events, and just digging down and getting to my heart is what brought me to this place. And I couldn't have made it had I not have known that at 3 p.m. on this Monday, there would have been this Q&A. So thank you. And based off of what you just told me, I clearly see it. I will go through the experience tomorrow. I will process the data. I will let you know, and I will continue to amp the outreach up, focus on social media to continue winning by attrition. I could not be any more excited, bro. So thank you.
Well, listen, there's no way I could have done it without Auston. There's Absolutely. You know, remember around here we play for the name on the front of our jersey, not the back of our jersey. And it's a collaborative effort with everything. Believe me, I could not bring my skill set to you in any way at all unless it was possible for me to be working with Auston. I mean, it's like he's the right arm and I'm the left, or he's the left and I'm the right. It doesn't matter which one you're getting. You know, we're just happy to be providing service to you. Rafa, just listen. Now that you've taken the client through the process, and I'll be right with you, Brian and Lisa Allman Baldwin and Sam, I see your hand up as well. I'll be right with you. Thank you for your patience. So trust yourself, Rafa. You've been in the training program long enough, brother. I know you got me and Auston in your ear. Trust yourself. The way you just described how you walked that client through a needs assessment and you listened to him and you made a connection with him and you scheduled a follow-up. You did it exactly the way you did it exactly the way you were taught. Trust yourself. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Remove all them fears and them doubts that you had before, because now you're here at this stage. And to get to this stage of managing the sales cycle, it's not easy, but you've done it. So you got to take that confidence, get on a call with him, and watch this. Auston calls it rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. You got it?
Got it.
That's all I want you to do. You're doing an amazing job. Don't change anything. Just do what you feel and keep sticking to eventually you're not going to need the script in front of you. Once you go through about 20, 25 clients, you're not going to need the script anymore. But right now, put it in front of you because it definitely helps. It's about staying focused and staying organized. That's what it's about, man. Absolutely amazing job.
Perfect. Thank you. I'm going to leave this last piece here for Auston.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people might want to see him on the screen, and it's not for anything other than to remember him, because it's kind of hard to remember him when he's not on there. So I've challenged him to get on here because I would love to see his face, because to be honest, this guy, for those of you listening, is an absolute gold mine. I went from sending about 10 emails a day to sending 300. And it wasn't but anything but his experience and his knowledge and his care and his compassion and him getting back to me in my emails. So if you reach out to him, I'm telling you, this guy will help you and he'll give you everything you need. So I wanted to say that out there, and I hope to see his face on these calls at some point soon.
yeah. Hey, listen, Auston Troyer will change your life, brother.
I'm telling you.
I love it, man. Hey, look, perhaps we'll be able to persuade him on one of these Monday Q&As.
I can't wait
to do the video. It's all good.
All right, bro. Well, thank you so much, man. Okay?
Hey, stay focused, bro. Keep it up. Keep it up. Man, when the system works, good God. That's why we're here. We're here to help people change their lives. I'm sorry, I put Rafa back up there. Let me Brian Rehorn, are you with me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Brian, what's going on, boss?
2 questions.
Yes, sir.
One, what about the room information for January 6th?
Okay, room information. So Bob is going to send over the booking link for anybody to showcase in January the 6th. He gave us a really, really awesome rate, especially this time, because at that time throughout the year, it's going to be really, really low. I think the room rate for that is like $106 a night, if I'm not mistaken, if I saw that right on our agreement. But the booking link is coming up soon. I emailed him again today so he could send it over. So when he gets it, I'll send it out to everybody who's showcasing so you can get the booking link and get the discount with the code. All right.
If it was 706, I'm still doing it.
I know that's right. Hey, Brian, bro, I can't wait. I can't wait so you can come share the stage with us, man, so you can help us change our lives, brother. Because believe me, everybody who showcased the last time, it's just the caliber of talent that we had. I mean, their messaging was amazing. Everybody was prepared. Everybody did an amazing job. It was just outstanding. What's your second question?
Now, I want to thank you for responding to my email as far as the speech.
Okay.
For my signature, my 10-minute speech. And what I did was I took that email and I just revamped the whole thing. But what I did was I took what you wrote to me and that was my template. I left it up as I'm writing. I kept going back, make a point, open the point, And I stuck to that. I had to go back to it once. I went back to it 15 times
Yep.
in the
That
2
gives you
days.
structure.
What's that?
That gives you structure. Remember, that gives your keynote
Yeah.
structure.
Right. But as you said, it was sloppily written, and that's okay. I didn't take that negative, but
Yep.
that propelled me to dig deeper.
Yep.
Okay. And I set a deadline for last night, and I sent it out. I can't wait for the comments to come back. So if you say it's okay, or do I need to tweak it some more, that's fine. That's what I'm looking for, because I want to get that back, and then I'm gonna do the work. I'm gonna record it, and then just listen to it, read it. I'm gonna be prepared come January 6th.
I know you are. I can hear it in your voice, and you're smart to be prepared. Remember, one of the things that speakers, and this is speakers that are new to the game and speakers that are seasoned, a lot of speakers, when they're not prepared, that glossophobia creeps in. Glossophobia is the fear of speaking in public. Now, there's all kinds of ways I never get afraid because I'm overly prepared. See, organization with your speech, you can never have enough of that. That's like saying you got too much money in the bank. You can never be too prepared, because watch this. I've looked at the bullets in my head. I've run the presentation through my mind. When I'm customizing a presentation for my audience, I literally understand what the outline is. I've memorized it. I know all the bullet points I want to hit, whether or not that's content that I put up on the screen for viewing, or what I go through it so much. I'm comfortable in the content. See, the ones that get up there and they let the presentation fall apart is because they don't have the messaging inside of them. If the message is inside of you, how do you get it inside? Through sheer volume of repetitions. You have to get in the volume. That's practicing. I keep telling all of you, if you're not practicing your signature programs out loud, don't say it to yourself, because the auditory starts to sink in. Brian, what's one of your favorite songs? What's one of your favorite bands or favorite songs?
Jethro Tull.
Jethro Tull. Okay. What's your favorite song by Jethro Tull?
What's my favorite song by Jethro Tull? Aqualung.
Yeah. Well, say it again.
Aqualung.
Okay. Do you know the hook, or do you know any lyrics in the song?
Sure.
Okay. Give me some lyrics. Give me the hook.
Hey, Aqualung, sitting on a park bench. Dun, dun, 5 little girls with bad intent. Dun, dun.
Okay. Okay. So watch this. You know the lyrics to that song, right? Because you've heard it a million times.
Right. Oh, I was sitting in the second row in 1976.
Okay. Hey, you were right. Okay. Second row. So you were singing every lyric.
Right.
But see, this is the question that I have for all speakers listening. Do you know your signature program lyrics like you know that damn stupid ass song that you just sang? That's the question. Right. And if it's a no, watch this, Brian. See, one thing, this is what Brian, it's about compatibility. Your messaging has to have compatibility with the audience. And your messaging must have compatibility with the person who controls the budget. And work ethic equals compatibility. One of the main reasons that allowed me and Auston to do business is because this guy is obsessive. He obsesses with getting it right, the customer experience. He obsesses with working 12, 14, 16 hours a day, whatever it takes. He's obsessive. I've never seen him do anything half-assed, so I've never seen him act cavalier about something. I'm obsessive. I'm obsessive with messaging. That's why I'm good at it, because I'm making my business. You know why I know? You know why I'm obsessed with it? Because I got tired of not making a connection with the person who controls the budget. I used to say to myself, why is it that Les Brown and Willie Jolly and Dennis Kimbrough and all these other speakers, why is it that they're beating me to the punch? Why is the meeting planner telling me, see, you got to listen to the marketplace. Why is the meeting planner keep telling me Oh, Kevin, had you just reached out to us 3 months ago, we could have possibly hired you to speak. She was just being nice by saying, your messaging isn't making a connection with us. That's why we don't want to hire you. That's why we're going to hire Willie and Dennis and Les and any other speaker on the higher level. The high fee speakers got the messaging under control. Brian, if you're not saying your signature programs out loud every single day, you're wasting your time. Don't say it to yourself. Say it out loud so the auditory learning can sink in. When I buy a book, like I'm real big on audio books now, right? Because I don't have a lot of time to read, but got a lot of time to listen. I don't just listen to the audio book if it's 4 or 5, 9 hours. Robert Greene, The Art of Seduction. It's 9 hours and 18 minutes. I've listened to it 25 times already. 25 times over the last couple of years. The 48 Laws of Power. I've listened to it at least 30 plus times on the audio. That's around 9 hours as well. All these audio books, anything that spin selling is 5, 6 plus hours by Neil Rackham. I've listened to it at least 7 times, at least minimum. I read the book more because I've had the book for years, but the audio, I had to revisit it. That's why when I gave Rafa the tips about spin selling, he went right in. Rafa texted me back the next morning and said, KTR, I just downloaded the audio for $11 and whatever. I got the audio right now. You know why? Because that helps with the positioning of your offer. I'm constantly listening to this stuff. Why do I listen to it out loud? Why does the audio matter to me? Because I'm an auditory and visual learner. I'm going to take it in. I have a photographic memory. Whatever I listen to and they say do that, I'm going to implement it in the sales call, in the strategy call the very next day. Brian, all you got to do is practice your signature programs out loud. Oh, that outline that you sent me was cool, but just practice your signature programs out loud.
Wait,
and send me the video.
You read the second one?
No, I apologize. Send me when you do record it.
Oh, okay.
You just want to do an audio. You didn't even have to drop a video. Just pull up an audio file on your phone.
Oh, I do.
And send me the audio file. Just let me listen to it.
I practice that with meditations. I recorded a couple of meditations and I put it on my phone and it runs all night, even while I'm sleeping.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Brian. I'm sorry. I got a couple questions I need to address here real quick. So somebody wanted Rafa's website. Is Rafa still on? He's on West Coast time. Maybe he had to go. Just Google Escobar Fitness. It should be escobarfitness.com. Escobarfitness.com. I believe that's Rafa's website, or either RafaelEscobar.com. He's very easy to find. Just Google him. And also Mary Wild, one of our TEDx speakers that's new to our platform. Mary, I will send you the information about the Speaker Focus exclusive showcase in Washington, D.C. at the DoubleTree, January 4th, 5th, and 6th. If you want to showcase, let me know. There is a fee associated with that, and I will send you over the agreement. So I will get you that, Mary, after the Q&A. Brian, go ahead and finish your question or comment. Then I'm going to move on to Lisa Allman Baldwin, and Samantha T. Mitchell is up after you. Go ahead, Brian.
Real quick. Rafa, listening to him now talk compared to 6 months ago, he slowed down. He's not speaking 100 miles an hour. He was clear, direct. That changed. That's a result of coming here. And just when he was talking, reminded me of the time when you lost it with Wayne. Wayne finally got it. You teared up. I felt like you were collecting yourself. I was like, put your head up just now. Put your head up.
Yeah, I was holding it together, man. It's been a rough year, but when the breakthroughs come,
right? Exactly.
And again, when I see people, because we care, bro. And when I see people get a breakthrough, man, it's like seeing one of your kids, and they've been struggling for a long period of time. When you get a breakthrough, man, it's a release. It's like a freedom. So Yes, because he's listening, bro. That's what happens when Rafa's no stranger to discipline and hard work. He's a fitness instructor. That dude is in shape. He lost all this weight. So I knew that it was going to kick in one day. He just had to follow the system. But just like Rafa, a lot of you beat yourselves up because you feel like you're not at a certain level. Brian, you went through that stage, remember?
Oh, I'm still there. I mean,
5-6 months ago, bro, you were in the can. You were like, oh man, we all feel that way. We all say, I realize that I'm supposed to be doing more, but I want to do more, but and we feel guilty. We just don't worry about what you've done in the past. Look ahead, because as you this is why we love the Q&A call, because people show up with their wins, they show up with their struggles, and they keep coming back telling you, can't you hear it in this guy's voice? He's not the same person that he was when he joined this coaching platform. I can't take credit for doing your work. The only thing me and Auston can do is just show you the way to the water. That's all. Whether or not you take a drink, we're not here to get you to agree with everything we say, but I kind of know what I'm talking about when I've delivered over 2,700 paid speaking engagements, and I'm pushing 37 years in this industry. Some of you haven't even been alive that long. So, Brian, keep practicing, brother. It pays off. I'm talking big time. You're going to see it come through when you get to showcase. Just listen to what I'm saying. Literally, don't sit down, because when you sit down, you can't push from your diaphragm and the air is not flowing properly. Stand on 2 feet and push it from the bottom and say those signature programs out loud. It makes all the difference in the world. You got it?
Yes.
Brian, I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I'm living my signature programs.
Okay, watch it. Live this for me. Live this for me. Take out your phone, open up your signature programs, and read them out loud from top to bottom. Okay. Read them out loud from top to bottom. Another reason why I have you do that as well, because a lot of people are great at, they're great at just speaking off the cuff, but they're horrible at speaking with structure. That's why we have the art and the science behind delivering a message. What you're doing right now, Brian, make it a point, opening up the point, making an example of the point, bringing closure to the point, transitioning and pivoting right into the next point.
Right. Now, you see how you talked about how there's times where you slow down and you raise your voice and then you come back down.
That's controlling your vocal dynamics. Yes.
Right. I'm envisioning that in my speech when I do it. I know where I want to ramp up and slow down. I know where I want to talk and then talk a little bit lower.
Yes.
To really get them to listen.
Yes. Because when you speak and you speak in a softer tone, it draws the audience into your messaging.
Absolutely.
See how I did that thing with my hands like a Netflix? It draws you real slow like that, right? That's what, when you use a lower tone, that's what it does. It pulls you in. It makes you say, oh, he's saying something profound. Even if you're not saying anything profound, it creates the effect.
Exactly.
See? So remember, that's controlling your pitch, your resonance, the height, the accuracy, the cadence, vocal dynamics. All of that matters when you're speaking in the masters of our industry. See, this is why I put that in on the back end of module number 2, because after you get your messaging design, then you get the structure correct. Now it's time for the presentation. This is the part about speaking that I love the most. Brian, I love the fact that you went out and got some new suits cut for you. I love the pageantry of speaking. I love the presentation of speaking. I love everything about the game, man. I don't like anything else on planet Earth more than professional speaking, bro. This is why I was put here on this earth, to manipulate words and yield my influence over an audience so that they can leave out of that room better than when they came through the door. I absolutely love it.
I'll just say this. I've never seen you wear the same clothes twice. And I've only seen you wear the black glasses a number of times. Other than that, it's always something different.
Well, yeah, I told you the reason why I do it, because brand speaks volume. Now watch this. This is my favorite pair of Clark Kent glasses. I think I got 3 pair of these. Amazon messed around and sent me a pair that I don't even think I ordered them, but Yeah, I mean, listen, I like trying different looks. I mean, Brian, there was a time when I wouldn't wear any hats. But see, I'm all about branding impressions. You know what I learned by working with Auston? Like, I was already an international speaking. I had a celebrity in different parts of the world. Like, I was huge in North Africa. They call me Michael Jordan in North Africa. Can you believe that? I got all this hair on my head and they call me Michael Jordan just because I'm a person of color. So I was real hot in different countries and then globally, like especially the places I went, like New York and Florida. I mean, I've been in those places so many times. But what I learned by working with Auston is that it took my online presence to it gave me a whole nother level of celebrity. And this is what it can do for you when you place the content in the right way. See, everything I do equals out to be branding impressions. So people ask me, okay, if you ever want to know, say, Auston is the person who's more comfortable behind the scenes. I'm a person who's more comfortable in front of the scenes. So if you will, I'm the face of the Monday Q&A call, but Auston is always right there. But what I realize is that I'm a speaker and I do have a brand and I do have to promote and market myself. This is all part of our strategy. What we learn is that when I run live video on the Monday Q&A, that for new students, it's our biggest selling point. They said, KTR, I went to your YouTube channel. On the follow-up call, I went to the YouTube channel and saw how you was working with your students and how I'm in. Send me the invoice. See, so I realized that now, watch this, Brian. I learned this. I didn't learn this. I learned this from one of my closest business associates and one of my mentors, Rick Doc Walker of the 1988 Super Bowl champion Washington Redskins, back when the Commanders were called the Redskins, when they were really winning. Now, so Doc used to be part of the famous Fun Bunch, where they used to get in the end zone and do that little dance and then put the high five up there. Yeah. So Doc told me, he said, Kate, now Doc works for ESPN Sports Talk 980 Radio. He's worked for the Masson Network, for Fox, Comcast, a lot of networks. He's been an on-air personality for like almost 30 years. So Doc told me, he said, KTR, so when I promote my speaking, I don't let that get involved with the broadcasting, but what I'm doing is when I'm on air for 4 hours, that's like a 4-hour commercial. I said, wait a minute. I said, wait, Doc, say that again. What did you just say? He said, when I'm on air, that's like a 4-hour commercial. My face is on the screen for 4 hours after they come back from commercial breaks. When they cut to the booth, he said, all I have is corporate sponsorship and corporate clients. So Doc was getting speaking engagements by his visibility. I'm going on tour again, and I cannot wait. And the visibility, this creates branding impressions. If you don't know what that means, look it up. This logo is a brand. Every time someone sees it, that creates an impression. What I learned by working with Auston is Auston gave me the ability to create literally, and I'm not exaggerating, millions and millions of branded impressions with this logo right here and the KTR logo. If I'm a speaker, why would I want to waste? You ever notice why Auston doesn't get on camera and I do? Because I have to promote myself just like all of you. And this gives me a literal 2-hour plus commercial every single Monday that people can see exactly who I'm about and the type of speaker coach that I am and the type of service that I deliver. You cannot beat that kind of value. And video impressions create 10 times more traffic than anything else that you do. And that's why you see some people, they don't even post pictures. All they do is run video. Now, I still like posting pictures because I'm a writer and I like doing long form posts. But if you ever want to know why, and I may wear these glasses a lot because I love these are like my favorite pair. But if you want to know why, because every single time you cut that video on, I need you to see me in a different light. And it does matter if you have the kind of brand that I have, which is in that celebrity lane. And that's the only reason why I do it. I'm not knocking people that don't, because, and listen, all these clothes are tax deductible. Every single thing I wear, I've always been able to write it off. The shoes, the socks, The underwear is all part of my uniform. That's funny, isn't it?
I know all about that. Yeah.
Bro, I get a tax deduction. These caps, when I order them in bulk, the people who do my hats, the caps and my logos, every single bit of it is tax deductible.
Amen. Amen.
All of my suits, everything. Welcome to my world.
I just like to say one more thing.
Yes, sir.
It's like when you told Wayne that he was getting paid to practice. Remember, he's going around the state of New Jersey, the prisons, wherever he's going.
Yes.
He told Wayne, you're getting paid to practice.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, and he doubled the salary.
Yes, because and guess what? And watch this. This isn't even part of the coaching program. Wayne asked me for a template. And before me and Austin ran a successful sales funnel, we had a consultancy together. We were doing consulting work before we even set up our sales funnel. That's a little known fact about us. So I have all these templates, and Wayne asked me, he said, KTR, would you have a template to go get a grant or go get funding or go get this? I said, bro, I literally got 1 million+ templates in my old computer on my old hard drive. I got a template for everything. I said, sure, I got template. Tell me what you need. So I pulled out the templates that I felt like would best fit his scenario, and I sent it over to him. And he went in there and shared it with his boss, and they got the grant, and it doubled his salary, and he's getting paid to practice. I mean, bro, again, Brian, I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit, man. You know, I kind of know just a little bit.
I just gotta say, you're the real deal.
I love you, bro. Hey, keep working hard, Brian, and send me the audio, man, so I can check you out prior to the showcase. Brian, you got plenty of time to practice. We got a little over 30 days before the showcase. I can't wait to hear your submission. All right.
Thanks. Talk to you.
Okay, boss. Talk to you real soon. I love talking to Brian. Every time I talk to Brian Rehorn, there's always some laughs going on, man. I love this. I love this business. I love all of you. I love it. Okay, well, Lisa Altman Baldwin, talk to me. Samantha, I still see your hand up. Thank you for your patience.
Hey there, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
All right. So happy Monday, happy post-Thanksgiving to you and everybody, and you and yours.
Okay, likewise.
So thank you. So I have a couple things that are kind of updates / confirmation of the steps that you've been giving us. So I'm kind of piggybacking off of what Rafa said.
Yes,
So
I want you to pause for a quick second.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was about to say. What did I tell? What's the last thing I told Rafa? Do what?
To keep sticking with everything that you told him.
I told him to trust himself.
Trust himself. Yeah.
He had the same struggle with you. So now watch this. I'm not gonna give you any advice. You tell me what's going on with these deals in this update, because whatever you've been doing has been amazing. Trust yourself. I'm listening.
Yeah, you have been telling me that for a while. Get out of my own way and stop overthinking everything. So, okay. So I had another Zoom meeting with the rep from Microsoft today. So we were going over like the tactical things about my presentation next week. So, you know, who's going to run the slides, you know, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And she sent out, I spoke to her on the phone last week, and this was right before Thanksgiving. And so she sent out the first announcement to her teams, because I'm doing a 2-session training. And then she told me, get this, she said that she sent it out to over 1,000 people at Microsoft.
Lisa, what are those called? Branding impressions.
Okay.
Because as soon as they click on the link, what did she send to all of them, by the way?
She sent the title. She sent a little intro about, you know, why they should come. And she sent the title and then the subtitle of the bullet points of what those 2 trainings are about. So she sent the dates. Yeah. Oh yeah. It has my name and everything. And sent the dates and the name of the training, and then like the bullet points. So she took it exactly from what I submitted to her.
Okay. Have you got to a point where they have security issues, or you have there's proprietary things that you cannot share? Because I want you to be careful if you have entered into an agreement with them of sharing anything on video that you're not supposed to. Have they talked about any security measures or anything like that?
No, and she's on the cyber security team.
Mhm.
So we're still working on getting the performance agreement signed, and then she's gonna do the not the needs assessment, what's the other called?
Pre-program questionnaire.
Yeah, pre-programmed questionnaire. Most of it we've already talked through it, but she's gonna. There were some other things in there. She's gonna fill that out. So
Okay, cool.
anyway, the reason for that, she said that because she's on so many different teams, that's why she hasn't. So she even CC'd me on all of the teams. So I mean, they're like everywhere. Brazil, it said BAM, Blacks at Microsoft Brazil, Blacks at Microsoft Florida, Blacks at Microsoft Denver, Blacks at Microsoft Australia. I mean, it had everything on there.
Yep. And guess what? And each one of them had the capability to bring you right there in their organization,
Right.
to their particular region, because they probably all belong to another association or some other type of professional organization. And this is, again, one kernel pops in the bag of microwave popcorn, and it
Right.
literally set off I'm talking about a chain of other speaking engagements, and you can get a lot of mileage out of this. All you just have to do is just go in there and be Lisa Allman Baldwin. That's all I want you to do.
Right.
Right?
So
Right.
yeah. So when we talked today, so this is the two things I wanted to say to you and also to everyone who's listening about. This is confirming everything you've been telling us.
Okay.
So we were talking about today the next blurb that she's going to send out to people, because she's really on top of keep sending it to their teams to say, hey, this is why you should come to this event, this event, this event.
Mhm.
So she was running by me kind of what she was thinking she was going to say and write, and she said, I'll send it to you for your feedback, which she did do that. But what she said to me is, because she's a speaker also, she does speaking for Microsoft in different countries. And
Nice.
she said, the reason why I want you to look at it is because I'm a speaker also, and I know what's happened to me in the past sometimes when somebody else words things for me and it's not exactly the way I wanted it to come out. And she
Mhm.
said, I know, this is what she said exactly. She said, I know about branding and how presenting your brand. So that's why I want you to look at this and give me your feedback.
Right. Before she sends it to everybody else, correct?
Before she sends it to everybody else.
That's
So that was confirmation of what you were saying about your brand. I never said anything to her about my, in those words, my brand or anything, but she said, I'm a speaker. And so I know what it is about presenting your brand. So that was the first thing that struck me. I was like, oh, that's what Kevin's been telling us about brand.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Let me just touch on that real quick before you move on.
Mm-hmm.
Just briefly. So I always get final say over what gets sent out pertaining to my brand.
Mm-hmm.
Always, when I'm dealing with the meeting planner. Now, and I watch this as speaker focus, I let Austin gets the final say at anything that goes out. Email copy on the speaker focus side, I send it over to him and say, hey, bro, do you like this? Do you like the way it's flowing? Boom, yup, no problem. Then I send it out. I get the final cut or the final say when it comes to the meeting planner, because listen, they will spell your name wrong. You'll send it over to them instead of doing a copy and paste. You know how many times I've seen the event flyer prior to, in my younger days, they would just print it out, and I wouldn't go through the process you're going through right now. And I would get there and they would have a big billboard on the outside on a tripod, Kevin T. Robinson. I'm furious.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you prevent that? You make sure before they send it out to everybody, you make sure all the phraseology and the branding is right, the title to your presentation is right, your website is right, everything. Read it multiple times and say, yup, that's on point, because brand is about consistency. You don't see, every time you see the Speaker Focus logo, you don't see me switching the letters around, do you?
No.
You don't see a different font. You see the same thing every single time. Branding impressions count. That's why you have a signature email address set up. That's why you have a logo, because you want your brand to be as powerful as any of a Fortune 500 brand. You want your brand to resonate. When they see you, it's unmistakable. It's identifiable. Outstanding job so far, Lisa. Thanks for bringing up all these points. When you get on the Q&A call, you have so much gold for other people. Thank you for sharing, because it helps so many other people grow on the platform. Continue,
Right.
please.
Thank you. Okay. And then she said, when we were going through the different things about the slides and, you know, what time and how to do the breakout rooms and who was going to handle it on their end, the Microsoft Teams and everything. She said, I want you to know that I am dedicated to making sure that everything is done right. I'm kind of an over planner. She's talking about herself. And so that we can support you in every way for everyone who's coming. And she said, and I'll be honest with you, not that many people offer to do things for us at no charge. She said, people often try to get to our group, which is the BAM group, as a way to leverage getting into Microsoft and getting to other places in Microsoft, and getting what they want out of it, but not anything for us. And then she's
pause. I'm sorry, pause, because it's a lot of gold in there. We can't bypass that.
Right.
What is it that I talk to you about all the time on this platform?
Offering service value, service value, service value.
Over delivering on the value. This is a meeting planner. Again, this is hard data, ladies and gentlemen. She's sharing with you from the marketplace who is speaking to her. Lisa, do you know what that does when the speaker tries to go in there real hard? I guarantee you the reason why she's saying that is because speakers try to bogart their way in there and say, this is what we want. Me, I. It's never about them and helping them accomplish their goals. Guarantee you their signature programs are weak, or they're non-existent. All they're talking about is how they can motivate, inspire, the same fluffery bullshit dialogue that people always give instead of delivering the value. Now, all of a sudden, Lisa Almond Baldwin comes along. Why is it that she's willing to do this? She's using a different approach, because the way you're going in creates less friction. You see? Something else I learned from Auston. You want to create less friction as possible with the client. Sometimes, watch this. We used to have this form that the client would have to fill out. Auston sent me an email one time and said, bro, it's causing too much friction. We don't need to ask them all those questions. We need to ask them these top 3 or 4 questions. And guess what it did? It got more people on the calendar. See, what you're doing is you're lowering the barrier to entry, teaching the meeting planner how to eventually give you money and make it easy for them to work with you. You're not on no prima donna kind of stuff. You want them to work with you, and you want to create as less friction as possible. And also what I'm hearing out of you, and then please continue. This is a collaborative effort. This is a strategic partnership that you now have with Blacks in Microsoft. And now your flyer and your branding impressions just went out to over 1,000 members of Blacks in Microsoft, and they are big, as you can tell.
Yeah, I didn't realize how big until she sent me the thing with all the CCs on there. And she said, because after we do this, I want this best exposure for you for the other, and this is what she said, these are her words. She said, for these other groups that have budget that can pay you. That's what she said.
Oh, and because Lisa, in case all of you haven't been following, that part's coming too, right? We just had to get you up to this stage in the game,
right? So
that you would feel more comfortable managing the sales cycle. Lisa, let me ask you a question. The struggle that you had when, and man, it was a struggle, Lisa. At sometimes I literally wanted to cry with you. I mean, you were struggling that much with it. Like, tell me where you are mentally, like when you were in that funk, nobody was responding. You were trying to send us over the verbiage. You were second guessing yourself. I said, no, Lisa, go with that. Auston changed it. I changed it. You changed it. You put it back out there. Then all of a sudden you got a bite, like you did with the gentleman that you referred. I think it was 1 or 2 Q&A calls ago.
Right.
But what does that do for your confidence now that you're in there talking to the meeting planner and they're loving everything that you're presenting them, because you have the right value that you're delivering?
Well, it was really one, believing in myself, because in the very, very beginning, when you first sent out your outreach and I did the first strategy call with you, and you were saying that, you know, the minimum that we are going to be, what you're going to be training us to do is to earn $5,000 an hour. So me, like I'm sure other people, are thinking, well, what the hell do I have to offer that I can command $5,000 an hour, right? So it's been over this year and a half of you showing us why and the value and getting our wording down. And it was kind of frustrating, me being a writer, and I'm not ashamed to say a really good one too, to have to learn, not that I couldn't learn new skills, but it was frustrating that I would keep revising things and setting it in, and it was still not hitting with people. And then it did for a little while, and then it didn't for a little while. So, you know, it was more sticking with it. It was also a little bit frustrating because of myself and like other people, we have a paying job, so we can't spend 24/7 on this, which I would love to be able to do that, you know. And I think that I'd be able to push out more content, and I'd be able to do more videos and everything. But you know, you have to go with what's paying the bills as well as doing this. So
I suggest you get ready.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
yeah. So it was just, you know, slow going. But you and Austin have not, you know, you answer my questions, you get up my ass when I need it. You tell me, okay, change this, try this. That looks good. This doesn't look so great. You know, it's just taking your ego out of the way and saying, I'm paying for help. They're giving me help. They know what they're talking about. They have way more experience than me. Just keep doing what they're saying. Ask questions. It's not, you know, that they're saying do this and don't ask me any questions.
Yeah.
You know, so it was never, it's just more the repetition. So so I mean, I'm seeing the benefits, and the one thing that you did when I told you that this particular department in Microsoft didn't have a budget, you said, okay, well, we're going to offer it, you know, to waive the fee, but make it all about the value. And so that's what I've been doing.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
What if you were egotistical or emotional about it, and you said, no, I'm not speaking for free. I know what my value is.
Well, that doesn't teach you anything, because everything is not about money. I mean, we are working to get paid, but but you can learn as much from, you know, free experiences, so to speak, or what have you, as you can from getting paid for something. And quite frankly, you probably listen better when you're not getting paid for something.
Okay, listen to this. Okay, listen to this carefully. What you just learned is that most speakers, the way you are managing your relationship with Blacks in Microsoft to get to other parts of Microsoft, the way in which you have managed this entire deal, we just been in the background telling you to turn left or right. We just happy to be on the team. But the way you've managed this entire deal, listen to what the meeting planner is saying to you. See, that's the only thing that matters. Forget about us for a second. Listen to what she said.
Right.
She said, most speakers, they just care about them and what they want. So when that vein starts popping out of my head and I start screaming at y'all sometimes on the Monday Q&A call, now you know what I'm talking about, right? Because you are in a position, Lisa, where 95% of the speakers are doing this and you're doing this. And this right here in rare air has more value than this 95%, because guess what? The 95% of people are not playing the long game and they are not in contention. They just got removed from the process. They can't get their emails returned like you can, because they're going in for the kill, trying to be selfish and get all the money. You have to be able to set a future business and play the long game, and that's what you're doing. So you're in an area that most speakers don't even know how to operate. That's why they're not in the position that you're in right now. She says, I gotta be honest. I don't want to misquote you, Lisa. She said, I gotta be honest. What was that thing she said again?
She said, I have to be honest. There's not many people that come in and offer to do anything for us without a fee and waive their fee. She said, usually they come at the Blacks at Microsoft group as the way to get their foot in the door with Microsoft in general.
Yep.
and just to get what they want. And then she said, and some of them are not even people of color either.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what she
Exactly.
said.
So
Mhm.
all you did was listen to the advice that me and Austin gave you
Mhm.
and look at the position that you're in right now, playing the long game. Let me also share this with the group as well, because this is just like an addition. So here's what I learned about advertising and marketing as well. I learned this in specific with direct mail campaigns. So when you send out a postcard or a brochure, when I was booking speaking engagements off of that years ago, the meeting planner would constantly say to me, well, we don't get speakers that send us mail. We've never had a speaker come here before, but this looks like it has value. You can help us with X, Y. Yeah, you know what? We've never hired a speaker before. Can we bring you here? Can you come to? I certainly can. It's a company. It's called Marine Home Center. They are like the Home Depot of Nantucket Island. You got to fly a little prop plane to get over there. You can't drive to Nantucket Island. You have to get there by a ferry, or you have to get there by a little prop plane. You buy a ticket. The ticket is like $27 to buy the ticket, buy a round trip ticket off to the island, off the island. So I remember when I was serving that client, and the reason how they found out about me was because they got one of my brochures. And then they said, wow, well, we've never really done a training here before. Well, it's the first time for everything.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So you're in rare air. Why do you want to market? Why do you want to ramp up your email? Rafa went from 10 outbound emails a day to 300. See, you don't think it's possible, but Austin helped him increase his numbers so we can win by attrition. You have to increase the numbers so the numbers shrink. And all you need is those 3, 4, 5 a month, whatever your goal is. And then it starts converting into revenue. So what I learned is a lot of times I'm connecting with the meeting planner, just like you are right now, Lisa, and no other speaker is connecting with them in that way. And that's the differentiator that I'm talking about that gets you the business.
Right.
So keep doing what you're doing.
Right. The other thing is, oh yeah. So the other thing, and I guess this is half of a question, maybe, is when she sent me the what she sent out to her teams last week, for the 2 trainings,
Okay.
and like I said, she had a CC on it of all the groups. A few of the people, there were like maybe 15 CCs. Most of them were groups, and maybe 5 of them were actual people and their email addresses. So I didn't think it was appropriate for me to, send them personal messages. But what I did do is I went and found the ones I could find on LinkedIn and just sent a friend request. Didn't send a message or anything like that.
Yep.
And one person contacted me about 15 minutes later, and she said, hey, were you on the such and such BAM from last week in Dallas? Because you look like, so-and-so. And so I just started a conversation with her, and I said,
Right.
no, that wasn't me, but I am doing this training. And I said, I would love to see you there. And I told her the dates and everything, and so anyway, it was just reaching out to people without, abusing the privilege and saying, hey, I have a workshop. 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 All I did was send a connection request on LinkedIn. I didn't say anything until they respond to me or what have you. So that was another thing there.
Okay. Isn't it nice to know that they know you from somewhere else because of all the hard work? This is months of groundwork that you've done. You
Right.
played your hand beautifully this entire time. Again, playing the long game is what it's about. Now, the other person knows you from the affiliation with Blacks at Microsoft. Lisa, you're going to get, I'm talking about, you really need to get ready for the kind of business that's going to happen after you get this engagement and you go in there and you crush it. Like you're really going to get a lot of movement because the group is that powerful. See, I've serviced groups like this before where their reach is just global, and they'll have your ass speaking all over the place. Watch this. I did a trainer course for Amtrak. Not only they wanted me to move to Chicago. I said, it's too goddamn cold in Chicago for me. I'm sorry. But I did 8 I just kept flying back and forth, 8 trainer. programs. Then they wanted to send me all across the country as well. And I just kept taking the business and taking the business and taking the business, because when you're that good, see, when they know that you're really, really good, they don't want to let you go. They just want to keep giving you business. They just want to keep giving you business, because they realize that these other speakers out here are prima donnas, assholes, pissing them off, not delivering any value. They just want to come in and pillage the village, take all the riches and leave. Right. And you are coming in providing service at the highest level possible. They're going to be on you like white on rice. Mark my words. And well, I don't say that when I say mark my words, because see, I already know how they operate. Look at the way they're managing their relationship with you right now. They are literally, let me tell you something. If this was a RICO case, all of you are conspirators right now. You're all in it together. Is that how you feel? Do you feel like it's you against them, or you feel like it's us?
I mean, are you talking about with me and Microsoft? You're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's us, because she runs everything by me. You think of that Microsoft. They're big and powerful, and they can just tell everybody what to do, which they can. But she's asking me, and I want to run this by you, and I know about branding, and I want to make sure it's right the way you want to present it, and how can we help you? And this person's going to run the slides. Now, did you need us to do the slides, or did you want to do the slides? And did you want to move the slides over, or do you want us to do it? And this is the way you could do it. You could, so she's been going, but she said to me today, she said, I want you to let you know I'm dedicated to helping you, to support you for this. And I want you to get in front of the people who have budget that can hire you to speak. That's what she said.
Yeah, they trust you, Lisa. It's just that simple. They trust you. They believe in you. They want to be in business with you. This is one of the greatest feelings in the world. To earn money as a professional speaker is the hardest, easiest money that you'll ever make in your life. Now, sometimes it comes by way of you taking a discount, you doing it for free if the opportunity is right, like this one right here. There are times when you go and speak for free. There are times when you listen. Why do you think I'm offering the nonprofit group that wants to hire me? So I'm not gonna make them pay the regular corporate rate of 50 to 100K or 50,000 for the hour. So I'm gonna give them a discount, because they're gonna put me in front of 120 business women who gross $2 million plus a year. And I'm going to get so much money out of that, guaranteed. Right. Listen, I could spin that into probably $1 million worth of business in the next 12 to 16 months. Right. And I'm going to get it all. That's from one client. You see how that works? If you play your cards the right way with one client, it literally can set you up for years. It can turn into a consulting contract. See, and I want everybody to understand this, because this shit is getting in one of those Fortune 500 companies, getting in that door. It is one of the hardest things to do, especially if you're a minority. God, it is almost impossible. It's very, very difficult, but you've been able to do it, because if they didn't trust you and believe in you that you could deliver value, there's no way they would touch you with a 10-foot pole. That's why I said you have got to start believing in yourself more, because you're pretty amazing. See, now everybody else is just knowing what we already know with your support team here at speakerfocus.com. Right. So I hope that this is helping your confidence, because you just got to keep pressing it. You got to keep moving forward. This thing about to get out of control. Lisa, your job is getting in your way. Right. Keep telling that to yourself every day. It's getting in your way. Right. Yeah. All right. Well, anything else you want to share?
And just that. And once I get past, because next Tuesday doing it, because I already did the worksheets for it and I'm practicing and everything. But once I get past that, then I can go back to, because I have my first draft of my talk for the showcase. Right. So as soon as I get past that, I'm going to buckle down on that so I can get it to you and Austin to look over, because I want to have a whole month to practice it before showcase in January. So
definitely send me the curriculum for your Microsoft training too, so I can go over that with you and give you any insights about how to put it together. But it sounds like you're going in a great direction with it. If you want us to take a look at it, we will. All right.
Oh, I did send it to you, and you sent it back already.
Oh, I sent it back. Oh, that was the one. Oh yeah. That was killer. Oh, that was amazing.
Yeah, I thought you were going to have a bunch of changes. You didn't have any.
Because listen, Lisa, listen to me carefully. Like I remember when I first started working with Auston. I mean, remember I had to learn an entire new business.
Right.
Auston was yelling at me every day. He was sending me 10 messages, bro. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. I mean, I was totally uncomfortable. He barely says anything to me now. He barely speaks to me. Like I want to start messing up again, so he'll talk to me. But it's because that's what happens when you get better at it. It gets on autopilot. Now we got a couple other business ventures we want to launch so we can feel the uncomfortable all over again. And that's what this whole process is really about. You know, I'm not saying anything to you. I told, just like Rafa, Rafa said, do you have anything to say? No, I don't got nothing to say to you. Get out there in the marketplace. Watch this. Stop showing up for the Monday Q&A. We got tons of students that don't even show up for the Monday Q&A. You know why? Because they do the assignment, they put it into motion, and then they get out there and they start making money. If they got something to say to us, some people aren't comfortable coming to the live Q&A, but they look at it on the follow-up. Many of our blue check verified celebrities, they don't come on the Q&A. They just don't want the exposure. Not like that. It's just a privacy thing. It's an individual thing. I get it, but they send in a lot of support tickets, and we're gonna keep cycling them through. The ones who do share, we appreciate, because everybody's struggling with the same stuff on this platform. So Lisa, right. I mean, listen, we can't pay. If I gave you $100 million right now, it wouldn't be worth what you've done to share your experience in this journey on this platform, and then see you get a big win like this. Everybody's extremely proud of you. Everybody. You got anything else you want to share?
No, that's it. Thank you. And thank you everybody else for all the love, and for everybody else who shares their struggles and everything, because every week I get something out of this coaching call from what everybody shares. So yeah, I appreciate that. Okay. Absolutely. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Okay, we're going to go to Samantha, and we're probably going to start wrapping up the Q&A. So if anybody has any further questions, Sam, do me a favor, just give me 1 second. I just need to take a quick break. I do apologize. Just give me 1 second. I'll be right back, and I'll be right with Sam. Oh, by the way, if anybody has any additional questions, get them ready, because we are going to start wrapping up the Q&A. We're not going to let it go past 8 p.m. tonight. Please forgive me, everybody. Thank you for your patience. Samantha T. Mitchell, talk to me.
Happy Monday, everyone.
Happy.
So I feel like Christmas is coming. I woke up to presents. I woke up to 2 sets of presents, actually. So I saw the link that you sent for the pictures from Showcase, but
no, that was the video.
So I couldn't access everything. Like, am I the only one? I'm like, am I remedial or what? Like, there was I just wasn't able to maneuver, and I'm pretty good with doing stuff. So I was really struggling. So
okay. So it was a video link for the Showcase footage. It was 3 separate folders. You should have clicked on the link, and it should have been 3 separate folders with all the raw footage of the event.
Yeah, so when I do that, like, there were some that had, like, I mean, I saw like my testimonial and a couple of other testimonials and stuff like that. There was another one that was not able to, I wasn't able to get access to. I don't know. That's why I was wondering if there was anybody else that tried and was unsuccessful. So If I
Okay,
gotta
well,
call in IT, then I'm gonna call in IT, but I couldn't,
let me check the link and see what's going on with it. I know I don't believe it's a link that expires like a Dropbox link because it's a Google link. So let me figure out what's going on with it. I was able to access it. I clicked on it several times over the last couple of days, but let me find out what's going on with it and we'll get it straight for you.
Okay, so the pictures, we don't have the pictures yet then. It was the videos and not the still shots.
The still shots, I just emailed Will today. Some of the still shots came through, but it was only like it wasn't even, I don't even think it was 25. But the rest of the shots from the whole event, I got to get those from Will. He's supposed to drop them in a folder because his images were so damn big that it took forever for the folder to open up. I told him to create a Dropbox link for me and send it back over to me so I could access all of them. And then I could give everybody the link or either transfer them over to a Google folder and then share the link with everybody so it won't expire. And then everybody can go in there and pull the pictures out that they want for their content on their social media, and then we're good to go. So we got some technical issues right now. Don't worry about it. We'll get it all under control to make sure you got all the footage that you need.
Okay, because yeah, the other, because I got that and I got my website update that I've been pushing to get, and I wasn't.
Nice.
No, not nice. I thought it was going to be nice because I gave a tip sheet with like step by step what I wanted it to say, but what I'm learning is I can't, if you've never built a BMW, I can't ask you to build a BMW. If you're only used to building Kias, nothing against Kias, but then you know how to build a Kia. So
Right.
I think what I'm asking for is like I gotta gain the access and set aside some time and manipulate it myself. So that's a project I'm working on, and so I haven't really sent in a whole lot of stuff because I'm trying to work through that. And so I wanted to see what footage was there so I could incorporate that into the site as I build it out. Because like I have a no joke where I don't want to be touching or any of these fundamental things going into 2023.
Yeah.
So I want to put a bow on it and wrap it up.
I feel you. I'll make sure I send out another email to Michael and let him know that, you know, you're the first person that said something about accessing the link. I know I sent it to everybody. I forwarded the email. So, okay, Vernice said she couldn't access it. Okay, so obviously it must be something wrong. Okay, so I got to forward the original email that Michael sent me. I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out. All I know is he spent a lot of hours dumping all that footage onto a link. And when I clicked on it, I was able to go through there and check it out. But I'll figure out what's going on with it between tonight and tomorrow morning. I'll have an answer for you.
Okay. And then my other question is, so I can't remember what your position was, but this was a pretty decent deal and it's money back guaranteed. So I joined the bash. And one of the things as I was updating my profile was like what the starting rate is. And they don't recommend that you hide that. They recommend that you show what your starting rate is and for the time that's required. And I mean, full transparency, like I figured I'd do the bash as a way to generate additional gigs. And if I see that it's got a return on investment, cool. If not, there's really not a whole lot to lose off of it, to be honest.
What is that again, Sam? I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you said. What is
the bash? The bash, you put your brand out there and you identify what types of gigs you want, and you're on a platform where people are looking, and so they find you and then book you through it.
Okay, all right, no problem.
But but I don't want to put like a number, like I want. Like, I think for where I'm at right now, and it's okay, you could kick me if you need to. Like, I want to have quantity. I don't want to put a number where like no one's reaching out because it's a high number.
You mean as far as your fee?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, Sam. See, the fee is what the fee is. And you are substantiating and justifying your value as a high fee speaker. If you put a lower fee on there, and then let's say a meeting planner doesn't have that fee. Now you got to take something lower than that. That's why you have to put a higher fee on there. So if they, just in case they don't have the budget, you're still close to the neighborhood of what you want. Instead of them cutting it in half. I'm telling you, I see people get out negotiated in this business every day. Because they simply are too afraid. Oh, I think I'm charging too much. High fee speakers don't think like that. When they say what their fee is, it's your job to go out and find my money. Because if you don't, you'll be without my services. You got to understand something. When San Antonio Spurs hired Tony Robbins, they paid him $2 million for one day because he had a big brand, and they knew that he gets results with programming the mind. That's why they paid him that kind of money. Speakers, the bigger your brand is, the bigger your check is, because brand has an impact. Sam, you're going down that road with a celebrity brand. Ask any celebrity. Watch this. I remember when Anthony Anderson, I was in a meeting one time and the phone rang and somebody wanted to get Anthony Anderson. Well, one of my clients I was working with, they're real close with Anthony Anderson. So they was like, yo, how much is it going to take for Anthony to come and speak at this event? They say, oh, I'm telling you right now, Anthony not going to do it for no less than 25K. All right, that sounds like it's around the budget. Do you think you can get him to do it for 20? He said he's not coming out the house for 25,000. I can tell you that right now. I'm not even going to place the call. All right, well, give him a call. Tell him we got his money. We need to lock him in for this event. Right there while I was on the speakerphone, 25,000. And they wanted him to host, and they wanted him to speak.
Okay.
He said he doesn't have to take less. Why? Because it's not worth it. Airtime, preparation time, wardrobe, makeup, and you're a woman, so you got even more prep time.
I don't know. You might be competing with me.
Well, I mean, hey, because I love putting everything into it because I realize what it's going to look like when we get the video and we get the pictures back. See, I'm willing to do all that. That's worth the wait for me. And everybody was like, man, KT, I know you tired. Yeah, I was tired. But I tell you what, that footage is going to come out looking amazing. And it's always worth it in the end. Samantha, this is something I learned from Les Brown. You have to set a fee and you have to stand on it and you can't back down. See, it's really like playing chicken. Both meeting planner and speaker are coming at each other 100 miles an hour. Who's going to swerve off the road faster? Who's going to swerve off the road first? I'll run into your ass before I take less. Or watch this. Let me say this. Let me rephrase that. I'll run into you before I back down on the fee that I want. I put them in a position where they say, KTR, we just simply do not have it in our budget. See, I know what all the signs are if they don't have it. Okay, well, what's the closest thing you can get to that number? Do you need to bring in a sponsor? Do you need to bring in something? See, the people, sometimes they don't have the budget. So you got to know how to negotiate with them so you can get it as close to the number that you want and still give value. And I got a number in my head that I'm willing to take. I mean, I cut it in half for a nonprofit. I told them I'd do the keynote for 25 because I know that they probably don't have the 50. But you know why I'm willing to take 25? Because they're going to put me in front of 120 multimillionaire business owners that probably going to bring me in for a training or another event. I'm not worried about that 25. I'm going to get that back in the first 90 days. You see, that's how it works. But if you keep getting in the habit of accepting less, you're going to always put it out there. Sam, just tell me what number that you want. I already gave you the number that you should be charging. Tell me the number that you want.
10,000.
There you go. And that's what you should be charging. Your brand is strong enough right now. I don't care if you had a half-ass website. Sam, first of all, you look too amazing. You can make a bad website look good. That's just how strong you are. That's how strong your brand is. They're going to see your hair. They're going to see what you do. Your credentials are too strong. 10,000. Go find my money. I don't know why we having this conversation, Sam. Hey, go ask D. Go ask D how much you should charge and see what he said.
You know what's funny? I would ask him, and he sound like you, but then when I flip it on him, it's different. So it's easy to talk when you're not the person, and that's what I get. But you're right. I gotta get comfortable with it, and I gotta.
Yeah, it's the leverage, Sam. See, it hasn't hit you yet that you have the leverage. Sam, let me ask you a question. Were you shocked when I told you the same thing I tell everybody else? When we had one of our first conversations, what did I tell? I said, Samantha, I don't give a damn whether or not you sign up for the coaching program or not. Do you remember me saying that to you?
Yeah.
How did you feel when I said it to you?
I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I didn't read into it, to be honest. I just figured he's got other clients, and if I'm in it, I'm in it. If not, then I'm not. Okay,
well that's basically it. When I say I don't care, it's because I got leverage. When a person listen, this is what prospects do to you all day long, Sam. They try to play this game like they don't really understand what's going on. So let me pull you into my world so I can enlighten you what's going on. And I'm just talking generally about a prospect. When they say, oh, KTR, I need to go discuss it with my significant other. Circle back in 6 months. I say, I don't need to circle back in 6 months. But if you want to stay on our list, you know, you'll probably receive an email or something from us. I don't need to circle back and get to them. They need to be worried about calling me back. And that's what happens when you have a full schedule every single day. That's what happens when you have all the leverage. I'm the one with the knowledge. I'm the one with the specific subject matter expertise like you are when the meeting planner wants to hire you. They don't have the leverage, Samantha, you do. And when it hits you, you're gonna start speaking with the same kind of confidence that I do. That's why I don't take no shit off any prospect, not 1 ounce. We either want to work together, we want to agree to terms. Sometimes I have to adjust the terms to get the person into the coaching program because it works better for them under those set of terms. But as long as I know I'm still delivering value, and as long as I know I got the fee that I wanted, and now we both agreed on what that fee is, and I feel comfortable with it and they feel comfortable with it, then we move forward. But you really have to like get some more I don't give a damn inside of your mind.
But I think that's a problem because like KTR, like I think I don't give a damn because it's not like I'm trying to eat off of it. I'm just like, I'm all right. It's just gonna be like an extra thing because I'm not doing it full time. And in my head, like that's not like a near term goal. So like all of this is just I'll do it because I can. I don't have to.
I understand that. But if you want to ramp this up, it's still about them paying you what's right. If you got to take time away from your family or your job, 10,000 is paying you what's right. Period. And the companies have it, Samantha. Samantha, when I told a lady I'm gonna give her a discount, she was just happy that she didn't have to pay 50. But if I pushed it hard enough, I probably could have got it. Because the association that she belongs to, they all can get that budget if they wanted to. I was just trying to lower the barrier to entry because out of respect, because she had a nonprofit. You know where I learned that strategy from? Les Brown. Me and Les were at the Les Brown Charlie Taylor Memorial Golf Tournament back in it might have been the late 90s or the early 2000s. And I literally I was standing right beside Les, right over there where his table was. And he said, at that time, Les's fee was $60K for his domestic fee. So I heard him say 60. Now, I didn't hear what the meeting planner was saying, but I could tell by the way Les responded to him, and this is how he hit him. He said, well, you don't have the 60. Oh, well, that's a shame. He said, have you exhausted all your resources? To see, and you know, this is the way the conversation went. Have you exhausted all your resources? Well, this is what I normally do for clients, excuse me, that can't afford my domestic fee, my corporate fee. He said you could donate $30,000 to my nonprofit. So he cut it in half, but he still got $30,000 donated to his nonprofit. And I said, damn, that was smooth the way he did that. But he still got the budget.
Right.
And he still ain't losing. 30,000 is better than getting 3,000.
I got that strategy noted, and I have all my paperwork from my nonprofit now. I got my tax exempt status and all that kind of stuff. So all that's been coming through.
And that's why you should be charging more, because a company would love to write that off. They would love to write a donation to your nonprofit, but you still got your speaking fee. See, there's all kinds of ways to get the money in this business. And hey, look, the chat is blowing up right now. Everybody's saying that you're worth it. Everybody's saying, Samantha, period, you are worth it. Get to 10,000. Sam, this is not even a debate. You're one of the few women of color. See, that makes your stock rise when you're a woman of color in an industry that you stand out. That's the separation and the market differentiation. You had it coming into the coaching program. And now you have even more because of those beautiful signature programs that you designed and the nonprofit that you created. The value's there. Sam, have you ever looked at women on the speaking circuit, like maybe 5-10 years ago, and you looked up to them and you said, wow, you know, like they had their business suit on and you know they was getting a high fee and they were at a real nice event and you were wondering, man, I wonder how they got that fee. I wonder how they got that fee.
Yeah.
And listen, I know a woman that, and I've done events with her before. She's one of my mentors and my colleagues. Her name is Marilyn Crawford. Marilyn does branding for huge, she does brand management for huge brands, Nike, Budweiser, the list goes on and on and on. Marilyn is a juggernaut. She's one of the most powerful women in the business community. Marilyn is that 35 to 50K speaker. She's that high fee business consultant. You can, first of all, if the check is not right, Marilyn just walk away from the deal. I've seen her do it before. She's that confident in her brand. See, this may come off to people that don't have confidence. This may come off as arrogant or KT. I've heard that before. I don't care. When you're actually good at what you do and you provide the service at the highest level and you're at the top of your game, then you should get top of the game money. That's why they pay the quarterback on the team, Samantha, $100 million. And the skill positions earn the most money. The offensive tackle that protects the quarterback on the left side, he gets paid the most money on everybody on the offensive line. You know why? Because that's the quarterback's blind spot. I think it's the right order. I can't really remember. But one of those positions, they get paid a lot of money on the offensive line. They redesigned the position and the pay scale after Joe Theismann got his leg broken. After Lawrence Taylor broke Joe Theismann's leg, the person who was supposed to pick his ass up, that person got paid more money because the quarterback position, you don't want your quarterback getting their leg broke in their career. The wide receivers, the running backs, those suck up the majority of the salary. So I'm not going to apologize because I make quarterback money and because you don't know how to do what I can do. Can you launch the ball 75 yards off your back foot? No, but I can. Can you increase everybody's learning? Can you give everybody a slight edge advantage? Can you come in and give them tips, tools, techniques, strategies, pillars? Can you help them achieve their desired outcomes and their learning objectives? Samantha T. Mitchell can. And that's why I get paid quarterback money. Are you understanding what I'm saying to you, Samantha?
Yes, KCR, I understand.
If you were on an NFL team, I don't give a damn if you're a woman or not. You're the quarterback. And quarterbacks get paid different from everybody else because they have a very unique skill set, Samantha. The wide receiver very rarely pays quarterback. A 350-pound offensive lineman, he's not the quarterback. Quarterbacks are smart. Quarterbacks can throw the ball. They can read defenses. They can pick up a blitz package. That's why they get. Samantha, do you have any other questions or comments? See, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to reach out to D and I'm going to tell D to negotiate all your deals since you don't want to do it. How about that?
You know what? He would enjoy that, actually. I think I'm gonna outsource it. You know what? John Maxwell, I had a book and he said that he stopped managing things because he sucked at it because he wanted to, he just wasn't able to do it the way that he needed to do it from a business perspective. So he might be onto something there. I'll have D pick the fee, put it out there.
Yeah, 10,000 it's not a lot of money, Samantha, to the company. It's really not. See, that's what y'all need to understand. These companies got the bag. And if you're good enough, they will come up off the bag. Oh my God, is it a good feeling when they do it? Samantha, I remember this last thing, unless you got another question or comment, we're gonna wrap the call. I remember the first company that paid me, this was like back in the late before Y2K hit. And they paid me $33,000 for 2.5 days worth of training. At that stage in the game, I never got that for 2.5 days worth of training. I was pushing 10,000 for my fee, but I wasn't yet that comfortable. When they laid it all out and told me what they was going to pay me, I almost jumped through the roof. I could not believe, and they did it so easy, Samantha. So what I learned is the more you charge, the easier it is to get the money. That may sound crazy, but that's the way it works on a higher level. When Byron Allen put together a deal to buy the Weather Channel, he needed like $460 million. They asked, the interviewer asked him a question. They said, Byron, isn't it hard to get money on that level? He says, you'd be surprised. It's actually easier you got to just know the people that got the $400+ million that want to give it to you. It's hedge funds out here that have to give away billions every single year. They have to dedicate dollars to training. They have to dedicate dollars to coaching. They have to dedicate dollars to bringing in a speaker, coach, outside vendor, outside contractor. They have to do it. And some of them, I remember one time I set a fee and the guy said, that's all? He said, I thought you was gonna charge more. I said, shit. I should have
That part.
Yeah, see, that's what you're doing. You're playing yourself out of hundreds of thousands of dollars if you don't ask for the right fee. These corporations are expecting you to bust them in their ass, and they got it. You just gotta, it's all about negotiating. So anyway, Samantha, with that being said,
I got it. I am the quarterback. That's my new affirmation.
Samantha T. Mitchell, the T is for I charge too much money. That's what you should be thinking.
Love it, love it, love it.
Hey, Sam, give my love to D, all right?
All right, cool. Thanks, KTR.
Oh, I love you. Tell myself what's up. All right, talk to you real soon.
See ya.
Yeah, listen, everyone. This has been another powerful call on the speakerfocus.com platform. I mean, listen, we just absolutely live for the Q&As. This is no way to say it. Like, I just love it. I wish I could let it go on a little bit longer today, but I got a bunch of stuff I got to catch up on before I go get into bed, because I got an early call tomorrow. So I just want to thank everyone for sharing. I want to thank you for putting in the effort and the hard work, because what's happening is when you play the long game and you've been in this long enough and you don't really put a time on it, like, stop saying to yourself, oh, I'm going to go out here and crush it in 2 months or 3 months. I'm going to be the best. It's not about who's the best. It's about who can finish the race. Think about the tortoise and the hare. The tortoise took some slow steps, but eventually he crossed the finish line because the hare ran out of gas. And that's what this is all about. When you start winning, you're going to forget about how much of a struggle that it was. It's way too many examples. Remember that you're worth it. Remember we love you. Remember to keep your head down and go dark for another couple months, and your 2023 will be everything that you need it to be. I am Kevin T. Robertson, CEO of SpeakerFocus.com. It's been an absolute delight to bring you the Monday Q&A. On behalf of Auston Troyer and team SpeakerFocus.com, we love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you right here, same place, same time next week. Happy holiday season to all of you, by the way.